on UCD, School of Computer Science. We have Neil here. I will just put up your slides. Slide. Okay, good morning, everybody. So my name is Neil Hurley. I'm the head of School of Computer Science here at UCD. And I guess my job here this morning is mostly just to welcome you all here and wish you all a great event, and that you all have good interactions and get some real connections out of getting together today. I'll say just a few words about the school while I'm in front of you at least. But first of all, I want to thank the sponsors, and I realize that I don't have Keysight here as one of the sponsors on my slide. So apologies for that, because it's really, really great to get people who actually come along and give us some real money to run an event like a hackathon. And I think having a practical event like that really makes the connections and makes this event worthwhile. So call you out very, very strongly in what I say, even though it's not on these slides. Also to thank the Connect Centre and Ensure 6G, our European network, for sponsoring the event. What can I say about computer science over the last year? So I talked to you last year about the school as well. And I guess 2025 to some extent was a year of reflection and strategizing, in the sense that in late 2024, UCD released its Breaking Boundaries strategy, and the school itself went through a quality review process in which we reflected on the school's operation and how it can be relevant into the future and how we can develop and grow into the future. From that, I think we can state a school mission, which really hasn't changed in some sense, but to call it out, to say that the School of Computer Science is focused on delivering a quality learning experience to a diverse cohort of students. And when I say a diverse cohort of students, actually 43% of our student cohort are international students at this stage, from all around the world. Locations like Sri Lanka and India and China for sure, but also in many, many locations around the world. And that certainly gives us a challenge as a school to try and grow a school community and be mindful of the different cultures and also the different global challenges that our student cohort and our staff cohort, which is also very international, face today. We want to prepare students for careers in a sector that's dynamic, rapidly changing, and facing disruptors such as AI. I just can't keep pace these days almost with the rate of change. Even in this last year, the word AI, I've seen peak to some sort of a peak of excitement about what it can deliver in society, to a sort of a trough of fear of what it is delivering in society. And we have to be ready to help people navigate their way through this new technology and to understand what can be done and what should be avoided. So we envisage education delivered by research active academic staff. I think Net's lab here is a very good example of the sort of academic staff that we want to have in our school, who are teaching our students at the forefront of knowledge because they are working at the cutting edge as well. And we want to address the societal challenges such as AI, but alongside that, sustainability and security. And this conference is really about these things, right? So SecureNet is tackling all these things. From a teaching and learning perspective, we're committed to extending our reach to an international cohort of students. We try and be flexible and imaginative in the way that we develop our programs, and we're always working on augmenting and changing our curriculum. We want our research and innovation to be to the forefront of the school's ethos. If I want to state a core mission, It's to contribute to the science of computing, promote its responsible, and that's becoming such an important word, responsible use for the betterment of society, and to provide first-class training for future generations of computer scientists. If I summarize the school, we have over 200 staff in the school. So it's a big school, certainly here by UCD standards, one of the biggest schools in UCD. And that includes staff who are faculty, who are working as researchers, and also our operations teams. There are 71 faculty, so 71 academic staff, and that's been growing year on year since I became head of school in 2022. But as well as our core school operation, we have a number of centres associated with us. We have the Centre for Cybercrime Investigation, which has been running for a long, long time and has a very high reputation in this area, an area of growing importance. We have the Centre for the Inside Centre for Data Analytics. It's not inside the school. We certainly have a very significant role to play in that centre. We now have 17 of our academic staff who are principal investigators in that centre. So, but that centre is across nearly every institution in Ireland at this stage. And we have CEDAR, which is an Enterprise Ireland funded technology centre, which focuses on applied AI and bringing AI out into industry and helping industry to upskill in that area. We deliver programs to over 1,700 students, and these are students who are computer science students who are enrolled on computer science programs. So we're bringing them through their degree programs from the beginning to the end. The market is facing challenging times, but our graduates to date have been doing very, very well. And our research areas of strength, certainly AI and data science, but alongside that, cybersecurity, next generation networks, secure software engineering. All of these themes are part of the things that we're discussing today. The school is continuing to deliver on its research income. The two centres that I mentioned there in the last slide, they're under review for renewed funding, and we're hoping to get good news on that very, very shortly for both of those centres. Just to give you a sense of the top programs that we deliver, and you can see inside this portfolio an MSc in Advanced AI, which we introduced just this year in 2025. In our first iteration of it, because we want to ensure that it actually delivers at a high level. So we want to train people in advanced knowledge in this space. We limited the cohort to less than 50 students, but we could have maybe taken in 200 students if we were generous in answering the interest in that. And of course, Shen here, as well as being part of NetSlab, is also one of the directors of that program. But you can see there's a lot of data science on our program. We have a computer science with data science and AI stream on our BSc program. We've got new modules that we've developed in the forensic space. And we expect from next year to introduce a new stream on our BSc program on cybersecurity. So you can see that the two pillars of what we do are AI and data science, but alongside that, cybersecurity, forensics, secure software engineering. Depending on how you count, we could say 100% or at least 70% of our faculty are working in areas connected to AI and data science. 17, as I said, are PIs in the Inside Centre for Data Analytics. It's becoming increasingly important that universities are to the forefront of developments in this sector. It is a huge power to deliver real benefits to society. I threw in here a couple of icons which sort of articulate the areas of interest that the Inside Centre works on, augmented human, smart enterprise, smart communities, sustainability. So all of these big issues. And AI has delivered very powerful tools across all of these areas. But alongside that, and this is, I think, where this conference becomes really, really important and more important, we need to focus on topics such as trustworthy AI, explainable AI, human AI interaction, and AI security. So people need to be confident that the tools that are being developed are not stealing your data for nefarious plans, but rather are using it in a responsible way, giving you control over what you allow the system to do or not, and giving you access so that you can understand what decisions are being made. NetLab has, I'm not going to say much about it because Matasanka is about to talk about it, but I can see a huge growth of NetLab over the last 4 years. As I was head of school when this conference ran in its first year, it's now into its 4th year, and this area is strengthening and strengthening all the time. So I leave you to Matasanka now to talk a little bit more about NetLab. Thank you.